Attention, attention. What do you want to do with the rest of your life? I want to rock. How you guys doing? I just having fun. I love that thing. How's it going, you guys? It's Bruce here with Traveling with Bruce. What's happening out there today? I hope you're having a great day today. Thursday, the 28th of June is what it is. Holy moly, we're almost at the end of the month again. Unbelievable. I'm Bruce, your host, Traveling with Bruce. Glad you're here today to enjoy cruise ship talk. Let's talk about cruise ships and the new ships coming out, news of the day, all that kind of stuff. If you're new to this channel, I hope you're in for a treat because we love talking about cruise ships and cruise ship vacations. If you've never cruised before, you've come here. You're in the right place. If you've never been on a cruise ship before, we'll help you through the maze of mystery and intrigue and information that you need to know. If you haven't cruised in a while, you'll catch up with what's been going on. And if you're in between cruises, well, we'll help you with your addiction. We'll just kind of help you, talk you through it, and get you another day closer to your next cruise, because that's what we do here. We've got cruisers here, we have newbies here, and we got everybody else. And I welcome all of you to the show, and I appreciate you all coming by on a daily basis. I'm on here Monday to Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern time, and I'm on here Saturdays at 2 o'clock Eastern time. But I'm also here Tuesday nights, and what was that? I'm also here Tuesday nights and Thursday nights at 8 o'clock, and that means today I do two shows. My 8 o'clock show tonight is on trivia. We're doing trivia tonight, Thursday night, primetime live trivia. So I'm looking forward to having you guys come by and have some fun with me. I'm all ready. I got my questions all loaded up, ready to go. I'm locked and loaded, baby. Let's have some fun. So we'll do that tonight. Okay, so like I say, Monday to Friday, 5 o'clock, and Saturdays at 2 Eastern time, we talk cruise ships, and we're having lots of fun with that. I'm checking out my phone here. Something went wrong, it said. I want to make sure my signal's all right, and I'm waiting for that to reload. I'm checking my computer. It looks good. So far, everything is coming through okay from what I can tell. If you guys have any issues with my signal, you let me know. Wendy Thompson, is that a blue or a green shirt? You know what? This is gray. This is actually gray, but with the with the photo on here, it's kind of, that's sky blue. That's deep blue there, so you can sort of see that color contrast between blue and gray. Yeah, that's what this is. I'll come a little closer here. Let me show you the shirt. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Don't want to get too close. Yeah, I don't want to make anybody mad now. Don't want you to get uncomfortable out there. Anyway, yeah, so what can I say? Folks have been writing in already. If you're just watching me for the first time, say hi to me. Type in, where are you watching me from? What's your high temperature going to be today? Where I am in Creston, British Columbia right now, 3 miles north of the border between British Columbia, Canada, and Idaho. We've had a sunny day most of the day, but now it's gotten a bit cloudy. Apparently, we're going to get some shower activity the next 3 or 4 days. So we're going to get some of this off and on maritime Pacific system. And, around here, we are talking farming country around this town. I'm in a town of 5,000 people. There's maybe 15,000 people in about a 30-minute radius of me here. But most of the land around here is for orchards. We grow peaches, plums, cherries, apples, pears, strawberries. Then all kinds of vegetables are grown here as well. And so this kind of weather, wet and then sunny and wet and sunny, yeah, the farmers are just loving it. And they have been on a hiring spree for farm laborers around here and marketing people and drivers to drive the product around. It's gearing up. Harvest is on all the time. It sort of kind of starts now as each crop kind of matures out right now until probably October. So that's what's happening here. Beautiful day, all in all, and can't complain. Probably going to be about 70 to 75 degrees. Not that warm today. We are normally coming into July. We should be in the 90s here. We are seasonally cool lately, but I'm not complaining. I don't have to turn on my air conditioning. It's quite calm and quite comfortable. So let me know where you are and how's your temperature doing? Gasoline, what's your gas prices out there? Has gas come down in price for you folks? I know a lot of you are in the United States. I'm also curious, what are you folks paying in Australia and the United Kingdom? Any of you overseas, how much a liter are you paying for your fuel for a regular car? What are you paying for fuel? Here, it's $1.40 a liter in Canadian dollars. To kind of put that in perspective for an American, you multiply that by about 3.7, not quite by 4, but 3.7. So if I multiply it by 4, I have 560, about $5 Canadian a gallon. Take off about 30% for exchange, 450, 350 a gallon, U.S. gallon. That's what I'm paying here. 350 a U.S. gallon is what gas is here. If I drive 3 miles to the border and do a day trip, I can buy all the gas I want. There's no duty on gasoline. And if I head down to Coeur d'Alene, which is about 2 hours away, where my local Costco store is, I can get gas at the Costco down there. Usually, if it's $3.50 a gallon here, I can get it down there for about $2.85, $2.90. Sometimes the difference is even more severe. So yeah, it pays to drive down there and save a bunch of money. Especially if you're buying 15 or 20 gallons, you're saving almost you might save 70 cents a gallon. That's $10. I mean, $10. Why not? That pays for a hot dog and a chicken bake for Jen and I, for sure. Plus, we get to shop at Costco while we're there, so nothing wrong with that. Anyway, so let me know how much your gas prices are and what's your temperature doing. News today that I'm going to talk about. I have some news on Port Canaveral, and I have some news from California regarding Princess Cruise Line. But in the meantime, if any of you have any questions about cruising, you want to know, I don't care what the question is. It can be basic for brand new cruisers. Can be what's going on in the world today. Let me know. Fire away questions anytime. More than happy to try to tackle the answer on the air. If I can't answer it, one of my viewers probably can on the spot. And if none of us can answer the question, we'll try to get you the answer for tomorrow's show. So anybody needs any info on cruising, let me know. I'm going to bring the camera in a little bit, so I've got my phone a little closer. I'm just saying hi to everybody who said hi already, and then we'll talk about the topics du jour. Matt Shanahan started off at it looks like at 3:34 Eastern time. He was already saying hi to me. Hey, Bruce and everybody. Peter Heckema was saying hi at 3:48. Hi, Bruce. Another 92 degree day here in Tarpon Springs, Florida. I see you made 2,300 subscribers. Congratulations. Looking forward to trivia tonight. I did hit 2,300 subscribers today. It took all week, but finally did it. I think I lost 10 subscribers and gained 12 or 14 or 50. I don't know what number, but we're over 2,300 now. And of course, now we'll go straight to 10,000, of course. Would that be nice? So welcome all of you new subscribers to my channel. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're finding this information useful. By the way, I've done a couple of videos the last couple of days. I don't know if you folks know this, but those of you who've subscribed, you can hit the button here and there's that button here. But some of you folks who subscribed over here, there's that bell notification icon right beside it. If you hit that, you get an email from me every time I do a video or go live. I did a video. I released it last night, late. I was working on it yesterday evening. The good folks at Viking Ocean Cruises, I reached out to their PR department and they got right back to me. Unbelievable. They were right on it. And I asked them for permission if I was able to use any of their what's called B-roll footage, shots of their cruise ships from helicopters and stuff, and interior shots. Could I use any of that for videos on my YouTube channel? Because I talk about cruising all the time. They came back and said, yes, of course. Of course they would have. Why wouldn't they? I'm promoting their line. And they said, yes, go ahead, enjoy, use whatever you want, and fire away. So I put a video together last night. If you guys get a chance to check it out, it's about 6 minutes long, something like that. It's all about the Viking Star cruise line, the cruiser, Viking Star cruise ship. It was the first cruise ship they launched in 2015. They have 5 now in the water, a 6th one under final construction, and something like 10 more behind it on order, all in the next 10 years. They will be really moving quickly here. They're incredibly popular. They're doing very well. And so I did a feature on the Viking Star cruise ship. And in that video, I thought, what I would do is I would do sort of the first half of the video. I would talk about the ship and its amenities and all that sort of thing. And then the last half of the video, I have included the 2018 and /19 itinerary for that cruise ship. And in there, I talk about where it's going and when and what kind of per night costs you're looking at. And I'm going to do a series of these videos for a series of ships and cruise lines. So I have got the word out to the folks at Carnival, the good people at Royal Caribbean, the guys at Norwegian. I'm trying to get a hold of Seabourn. I'm trying to get a hold of Princess, Holland America. I've talked to people at Holland America in Seattle. Very nice. They took my phone call. It was fantastic. And so I put applications or sent an email with a request for media access, because I don't want to tread on anybody's toes when it comes to copyright infringement. I want to do it right. And rather than steal copy and all that sort of stuff, I'd rather just do it through the front door and tell them, hey, this is who I am. I'm on the air 8 times a week, live, talking to cruisers like you. And I like to post videos. And I thought, well, why not post better videos than lousy videos and have better quality? And these folks have got some fantastic footage that I'm happy to be able to use to show you the benefits of some of these lines and what their advantages are, and that type of thing. So thanks again to the good folks at Viking, because that cruise video, I was so excited. I just released it yesterday. It was probably out at just before midnight Eastern time. And so if you get a chance later today, check it out. It's the Viking Star. And then yesterday morning, was it the day before, I released a video called Disaster in Berlin. I love the dramatic of that. Disaster in Berlin. This is a story of my daughter and I. We're on our holiday we had together, and we've gone to various cities, including Berlin. And I, at that time, lost my prescription sunglasses and left them behind. Turns out that I left them in my hotel room at the Hilton in Berlin. And thank God they were turned in, and the good folks at the front desk, they had them in their hand when I phoned up, said, I lost my glasses. And they said, we got them. I said, well, can we send them to the ship? I'm on a cruise ship, about 3 hours. I was in London at the time. And they said, yeah, why not? Where are you stopping? And I said, next stop is Lisbon, Portugal. They said, let's call FedEx. So we called Federal Express, and they picked up the glasses and delivered them to Lisbon, Portugal, right to the port, right to the ship. And the ship accepted the package because they knew I was expecting. I told the front desk this was happening. They said, not a problem, Mr. Frommert. When that package arrives, it'll be at the front desk. And the minute it's here, we'll leave you a message in your room, and your little telephone will have a little light going off and on. There's a message for you. Sure enough, my daughter and I were out walking Lisbon, and we came back, and there was the light flashing on the phone. Picked it up. They said, we have a package for you here in the front desk. Back down I went, and there were my glasses from Berlin. $450 pair of prescription sunglasses. I didn't want to have to figure that out because I was in the sunny Mediterranean for the next 10 days. I didn't want to burn my retinas out, and I could have bought cheap sunglasses, but they couldn't see anything. It would have been useless other than just to shade my eyes. So thankfully that worked out. Anyway, I made a video about that. If you get a chance, check it out. Disaster in Berlin. And Richard C. said, way to go, Matt. First one in queue. And Jordan, morning, Bruce. It's 24 Celsius, foggy and sunny. Foggy and sunny in Brisbane today. Kind of weird weather, but you're up to 24. That's not bad. That's like mid-70s. And Jordan, good morning, Richard C. And Peter, welcome, Matt. Tom Henry is here, 90 in Richmond and sunny. And Jordan, hey, Tom, see my new pics on Facebook. There, if you folks don't know, I have a Facebook group page called Traveling with Bruce, and a whole bunch of you folks have joined up, and I love it. I invite all of you to come on by and become a member of the page. Folks are posting videos and photos, mainly photos, of their holidays that they've done over the years. A lot of these are cruise holidays. Fantastic. Send me photos of your favorite ships, your favorite holidays, cities, what you've seen. That group page is going. There is stuff coming in there every day, and I welcome all of you to become part of it. You can become part of the TWB family after show hours that kind of carry you through until we're live again on TV. So by all means, come on by. Tom Henry, Penny loves to drive with the windows down. Penny is our four-legged daughter, black border collie lab mix. Tom Henry says, I saw the email notice at work, have not been to Facebook yet. I'm having trouble with my Chrome crashing. Could be a bad TWB episode. Not for me. Hopefully not my problem here. Robert Brandt, 84 in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. Welcome back, Robert. It's nice to have you here. And Jordan, my iPad on the brink again, Tom. Tom Henry, is St. Thomas all back from Hurricane Maria? I was there last November on Saturday after Thanksgiving, and the guide said there was no power anywhere. I was kind of curious about that. And Jordan's asking about soccer. And Tom Henry, I did snorkeling and swimming. The tour was excellent. That was only my second try at snorkeling. The first was the day before, and they didn't give any instructions or require the vest, which really helped. The vest is handy because it keeps you on the surface. You can just look down like an aquarium. It's great. Richard C. Ann Jordan uploaded some photos on Bruce's Facebook page. And Anne is going to check those out. And Richard C. Saying Germany is out of the World Cup. Yeah, defending champs, they're gone. Everyone here saying hello. Wendy Thompson, 92 in Bland, Missouri. 92 in Bland, 81 in Ocala. 19 days. No, I'm not counting. Hi, everyone. She's not counting till the day she gets to go to Orlando, to Ocala, Florida. Hi, Bruce. Hi, everybody. I started packing up my kitchen today. I'm about half done. Way to go, Wendy. Get her done and get ready to move. Absolutely. Richard C., great day. Hot, humid on the East Coast. Going to get close to 100 on the weekend. Matt Shanahan, 79 degrees and sunny and gorgeous. Cleveland, Ohio. Welcome back, Matt. Of course. And Jordan, hey, Wendy, hope the packing goes well. Matt, I'm so mad I missed last night's stream. I had a dinner I had to attend, but I watched the replay and it was fantastic and really got me even more excited for my first cruise. Any chance you will do another beginner cruise live stream? Always. I constantly do them. And Matt, you have any questions about cruising? Just fire away. Just fire away. I'll answer anything you have right now. My Richard C. My countdown clock is 248 days till my next cruise. Oil is now $73 a barrel. Hope my fuel surcharge doesn't kick in for Princess. I know that the last time they had that, they did that $70 deal, and oil went to like 110 for a while. But when it got back into the 90s, they were starting to remove it because cruise lines do not want to charge extra if they don't have to. But they could. There are clauses in the tickets that you're buying that's $70 a barrel or more. They can institute a surcharge. It's about $10 a person per day, theoretically, that they could do. But at the moment, they haven't. Nobody wants to be the first to do it because you could lose bookings. Wendy Thompson, yes, the more I pack or toss, that much more is done. I have a box of cast iron. The box says heavy. It is. Yeah, I guess. Oh man, Tracy Dunlap, hey Bruce and all, 92, cloudy in Naples right now. Welcome back, Tracy. Wendy Thompson, oh hi Ann, Tom. Our border collie, Mixed Blue, loves rides. She will get that very soon. She's gonna get a nice ride down to Ocala. Excuse me, Tracy Dunlap. But Wendy, you must be getting excited for your move. Lots to do and see in Florida. Check out Webster, not too far from Ocala. We were up there a couple of weeks ago. Fun place to get deals. Hey, locals knowledge here. Robert Brandt, if anyone is cruising to St. Thomas soon, all the jewelry stores are having huge sales. Interesting stuff there. I just cannot understand why people need to buy stuff in a jewelry store on a cruise. The so-called duty-free thing. It's not like it's not profit-free, but it's to each his own. Whatever turns you on. Scott Weber, hi Bruce. It's 73 and cloudy here in Palos Verdes. Welcome back, Scott Weber. Wendy Thompson, Tracy. Oh boy, yes, we are so ready. Nice shirt, Bruce. Robert saying, hey, thank you. I figured you'd like this one. Yeah, you kind of know this view like the back of your hand, right? Fantastic. Tom Henry, Debbie, you must be in saddle by now or getting close. Wendy, Bruce, a blue or green shirt. I say this is great. Wes Morrison, hey Bruce, congratulations on 2,300 subscribers, 98 here in New Braunfels. Thanks, Wes. We're approaching 370,000 views as well. Keep the two are climbing along here. Tom Henry, I'm trying to post the nail job we discussed yesterday. This is the toenail job. And Facebook keeps saying that same thing. Something went wrong. They've been having issues lately, Tom. I don't know what the problem is there. Seakeeper, hi, Bruce, and all, 92 degrees Fahrenheit and storming thumbs up. Thanks, buddy. Thanks. Welcome back. Tom Henry, I had to reboot and the second time since 4:30. I went to check your pics a few minutes ago. Very nice. And Wayne has some good pics, too. Right on. Steve Bartley, 103 today in Greenlee, Colorado. 103. I think this is the hottest since we moved here 10 years ago. Of course, being from Phoenix, it's still cool to me. Welcome back there, Steve. By the way, these items, my shirts and my coffee mugs, all these guys, and any logo you can imagine. I got an email today from Redbubble, the entire store, anything on Redbubble, everything, 20% off today only. So if any of you folks have been thinking about maybe getting something, today's the day. Grab whatever you want on my store, and you get an automatic 20% off. Now, on the top of the page, right up there in Redbubble, there's a code. I think it says winner or something. I can't remember what it said. but there's a code. You have to enter that code in the checkout box when you go through the checkout cart, and they automatically apply a 20% discount on anything you want to buy today. So if you've been thinking about getting some swag from Traveling with Bruce, Redbubble is offering 20% off the whole store. I just remembered that. I had to let everyone in on that. I just wouldn't forgive myself if I forgot to mention that. Helps the channel. That's why I said it. I know. And Jordan, awesome picks, Wayne. Sonny Wallace, I need a cruise. Sonny, I'm with you. Tom Henry, we made my goal for you, Bruce, and a couple of days early. Did I say 2,300 by 6:30? I don't remember, but if you did, thank you so much. It's been like 3 days. I'm sitting here going, when is this going to break 2,300? Geez, we're right up there, 2,290 something. What's it going to take? Anyway, MG Tow, 83 degrees here in the deep south of Southern California along the coast. Welcome, MG. Welcome back. Sonny Wallace, $2.59 a gallon in Mississippi today. That's a good price. Tom Henry, gas up here, $2.69 a gallon. MG Tow just filled up a deep discount gas place, $3.25 a gallon in Southern California. That is a good price in Southern California, actually. Robert Brandt, $4.79 a gallon here, but the island is only 7 miles long, so it lasts. Yeah, I guess so. Nina, hello, everybody. Kind regards from a sunny and warm Sweden, 25 Celsius. Hope all is fine. Hope you're doing better, Nina. I know you've been under the weather lately. I hope you're coming around okay. Robert Brandt, Sweden, very nice. MG Tow, the panorama for Carnival comes here next year. It does. It's coming next year, towards the end of the year, I believe. And Jordan saying, hey, Nina. Matt Shanahan, is there any reason to be nervous for the drill that happens before the cruise? Is there any reason to be stressed? I don't see any reason. But for one of my friends is a bit timid about it. No, the muster drill is a easygoing deal. It used to be up until a year or two ago, you had to literally put your life vest on and walk around the ship to your spot, or you had to carry it with you and put it on there. Now a number of the cruise lines don't even require you to bring the darn thing with you. You can leave it in your cabin. They show you there, the staff, they put them on. They show you how to put it on. You can bring it along if you want. It doesn't matter. And they're really there to show you where your muster station is in case of an emergency. So if they need to do a head count for the passengers, or if they have an issue, someone overboard, they don't know who it is, they got to figure out who is on board, who isn't on board, that kind of thing. Or if there's an emergency and they're they have a worry about abandoning ship, you have to go to your muster station where your crew, your people will be waiting for you to take good care of you. On your room card, if you get one of these, it used to be that everybody got a room card. I don't know if you would nowadays if you do anymore, but if you get a room card like this, you'll see here, Assembly Station F1. This is the muster assembly station. It's right on your room card. Yeah, I can't miss it. It's on the back of your door in your room as well. And on the back of your cabin door is a map of the floor you're on, showing you where you are in your cabin and showing where you are to go to your muster station. Very easy. It won't be stressful. As a matter of fact, it'll probably be more reassuring than stressful. You'll get info from it. They'll play a couple of the alarms through the system to let you know if you hear this sound, that's what that means. If you hear this sound, that's what that means. This way, you're not guessing what's going on. You know, halfway through the cruise, you hear a sound going on in the alarm system. You don't have to worry about it. You'll know what's going on. So it's a great way for the crew to reassure you and for you to be reassured by them that they're there to take care of you. Safety is the number one thing. So Matt, don't worry about it. Don't sweat the small stuff, my friend. It's a piece of cake. It happens just as you're leaving port on the first day, and then you're good to go from there. Richard C. Matt Shanahan, no worries. It's required they tell you how to put it on and jump off a ship. You must go. If you don't go, you have to go. Yeah, it's mandatory you do go. MG told Matt, be careful that you don't fall off the ship at muster drill. Yeah, yeah, MG's going to try to scare you. It's not like that. Tracy Dunlap, that video you did on the Viking Star was great, Bruce. Thank you, Tracy. I think you're going to be a star. Your voice is perfect for those kinds of things. Tracy, you're so kind to say that. When I first started doing videos back last August, 10 months or so ago, coming up to 11 months, of course, you're nervous when you start, because you don't know what you're doing. And I was always worried about being too short on a video or being too long on a video or that kind of thing. So I would speed up my voice and I talk faster and all that. And I really learned that after a few videos, you realize, wait a minute, I'm the guy in control of this thing. I can edit this thing any way I want. So if I need an extra 20 seconds of time to talk, I can arrange it that I can talk for an extra 20 seconds, and I can arrange the photos and the video clips such a way that they stretch out that long, so I get the message out, or if it's too long, and all this kind of stuff. But with this kind of footage that I'm using here from Viking, and hopefully shortly from the other lines, I'm excited. I am really jazzed up about being able to produce some really decent informational cruise videos for those of you out there, who've never cruised before or curious about a particular ship or a cruise line that you have not been on. This is my chance to do these kinds of videos and post them, and they'll perform forevermore. So yeah, I'm glad you liked it, Tracy. I enjoyed putting it together. I'm looking forward to doing more. Richard C., Matt Shanahan. Oh, by the way, on our very first cruise, Alaska, we had to abandon ship because the ship hit an underwater rock. We had a 300-foot gash. The wife would not cruise again for 15 years. We're not trying to scare you. Accidents happen, but fatalities on a cruise ship are extremely rare. You consider how many millions of people go on a cruise. This year, 27 million are anticipated. Next year, 30 million will be cruising, and it's extremely rare to have an incident. But, safety first. MG told those Alaska waters are full of man-eating orcas. Very dangerous in Alaska. Well, MG Tow, Southern California, you walk out into the ocean from Southern California, you're going to run into some man-eating stuff over there too, I love it. MG, there's danger everywhere you go. It's just not a safe place. Gina Wells Hulse is here. How are you doing, Gina? I haven't talked to you for ages. Hi, everybody, she's saying. Welcome back, darling. I think, Gina, aren't you in the Cayman Islands? Am I right? And if you are, or if you're not, tell me where you're from, but tell all of us, what's the price of gas where you are? How much are you paying for a gallon or a liter of fuel? We're comparing notes on here. Yeah, Max Shanahan, yeah, my cousin lives in Alaska, had to fight off a bear going to his boat and had an orca trying to tip his boat the same day, or so he says. Well, you got a storyteller in the family, Matt. There you go. Wow, how about that? This is the kind of guy you want around a family campfire in the evening to tell stories. And this is right there. Nina saying hi, Gina. Richard C. MG, Alaska water full of ice and very, very deep. Gina Wells, hi, Nina Frank. Peter Heckema paid $2.48 a gallon in Tampa this morning. That's not a bad price. Robert Brent, St. Thomas is slow to recover. But everything at Heaven Sight Mall and Yacht Haven Grand is going as if the shopping and as is the shopping and most beaches, which is not surprising because those are the areas that will get repaired quickly. They are money centers. Good news, Ron. Thanks, Robert, for that info. Anything we can get for our viewers is great from St. Thomas. MG Tow, men don't go skinning dipping in Alaska or anywhere those fish think you. I'm not reading the rest of that. There's bait, and then there's bait, and yeah, be careful, folks. Tom, yes, for Robert Brent. Tom Henry, the above was for you. Laugh out loud, Scott. Saw my toe pick already. Kathy Krieger is here. Hi, Kathy. 85 and rainy in Nashville. Welcome back, darling. It's nice to have you here. We're having fun today. Tell us, how much is gasoline in your town these days? We're comparing gasoline prices all over the place. Tom Henry, I'm not going there much. What packages or add-ons are a must-have on a Royal Caribbean cruise? I'll be on the Symphony of the Seas. What packages or add-ons are a must-have? Packages or add-ons. If you're going on a cruise, what should you be taking? You have to, if you're taking your camera, your laptop, your tablet, your iPhone, you got all those chargers. You may want to bring along a power strip. I posted one today that has it's on Amazon. I did a posting on my on the Facebook Traveling with Bruce page, the group page. showed a picture of that power strip. I think it has room for 6 plugs and 3 USB plugs at the same time. That's a must. If you've got electronic items, that's a must. And then other items that you may want to consider would be those big clips for your towels, so your towels won't get blown away on the pool deck. And you want to consider packing cubes. You want to look at those. You can check those out also on the site, on the page. Otherwise, you can link down below in my Amazon link below here, and you can just enter the term. Once you're in the homepage, you've clicked on that, you're in the homepage. Click packing tubes, packing cubes. Excuse me, packing cubes. You'll find all kinds of them pop up on Amazon, and then you have a field day picking one. But that's a great item to utilize for saving space and organizing your stuff. Very good idea. That's a couple of points for you. Tom Henry, where's Bean? I saw school is done. Yeah, I know. Tom Henry, I posted the nail job a few minutes. It never got posted there, but there it is now. Those feet are not so good either. Tom Henry, Bruce, your new design is beautiful. Oh, the new logo, you saw it. Put that on last night, folks. Put on a new logo on Redbubble. It's a shot from the back of a ship. It's the wake. And it says Bruce, Traveling with Bruce on the bottom. Check it out. And if you grab one of those today, 20% off any item. I didn't know there would be a sale this today. Posted it last night. But that's how Redbubble works. I'm watching them every day, and they just come up with these sales from time to time. Today, anything you order, 20% off. So check them out. Iskew Park, hi Bruce. It's very hot in Thunder Bay, Ontario. It's 33 Celsius. 33 in Thunder Bay, Ontario. Just came back from a long cruise in my convertible Camaro. Way to go, Iskew. That's got to be mid 80s. That's hot in good old Thunder Bay, Ontario. Fantastic. Michelle Lucas, 88 sunny degrees in Elk Grove, California, packing our big-ass RV for the 4th of July to the Oregon coast beach trip. I hope Randy is feeling better. Hope he's strong enough and getting ready to roll. That sounds like a plan. MG Tow, last time in Mexico, we were taken on a carnival tour, and the first place we stopped with, of course, was a jewelry store. My sister was stupid enough to buy a stone, and when she got back to the States, the stone turned out to be fake. Carnival would not do anything about it. They won't do anything about it. You are on your own when you buy that stuff. Anything like that, you are on your own. Good luck. I do not recommend it. I just don't. Bruce, Cool Jazz. Bruce, does that mug comes filled with your favorite drink from Redbubble? Oh, this little thing right here you're asking me about, buddy? My little Traveling with Bruce there. There's the anchor there. TWB mug with that brown fuzzy water. Touch. One second. Drink of champions. No, it doesn't come complete with the cola in it, but doesn't take much to put some in there. And oh my, it's mighty tasty and rather refreshing, I might add. Cheers to all of you. Love it. Love it. Iskew Park, $1.64 a liter here for premium unleaded. Wow, Iskew. Judy Anstis is here. Good morning, Bruce. Hi, Judy. How are you? Judy, what is the price of gas in your town where you are right now? Wes Morrison just filled up in Texas, $2.49 a gallon. Right on, buddy. Good pricing. Tom Henry, here is some good advice after I just saw a post on one of my NCL groups. Life just ended. Didn't get the trip paid off in time, so it canceled us. Make sure you get your payment in on time. Life just ended. Didn't get the trip paid off in time, so they canceled us on our trip. There you go. Cruise lines are on a deadline to sail, and they cannot have you just making deposit and then not paying the remainder of the balance on time. They'll give you a couple of warnings, but then they kill your cancellation, send your deposit back to you, and they'll sell that room to someone else, especially if they're already at 100% capacity or 98%. They want to fill that room of yours with someone who's paying, and so be careful. Interesting post, Tom. Very interesting. Matt Shanahan, thanks so much for the walkthrough on the muster drill. I feel more comfortable, and we'll pass it on to the other people who will be going on the same cruise with you. And Matt, make sure you talk to them about this channel and get them to subscribe here and watch the show, even if they watch reruns. Well done. Cool Jazz, for trivia tonight, Bruce should inhale some helium and sound like Elmer Fudd. Thank you for that. Cam is going, huh? How you doing, Cam? Are you getting any better? Tom Henry, oh, the German gummy bear board member commercial. Oh, man. Hey, everybody, Cam is saying, Robert Brandt, we call the ex-wives here the man-eaters. Things are different in St. Thomas and the U.S. Virgin Islands. I see. Scott Batchley. Hi, everybody. Nice day again today in Ventura. It's a nice 71 degrees. Welcome back, Scott. Nice to have you. Nina Frank, $2 a liter in Sweden. That is $7.40 a gallon U.S. in Sweden for gasoline. And now you know why Teslas are selling well in Sweden. Matt Shanahan, what are the age restrictions for steam rooms and spa for Royal Caribbean? I believe, Matt, 16 and under. You have to have adult supervision. I'm not even sure if 12 and under is allowed. It might be 14 and under. That question, Matt, you're going to find that answer for Royal Caribbean on the Royal Caribbean website. And just enter Royal Caribbean website and then look for frequently asked questions, or there's a search bar and you can just question there. You'll probably get an answer. Sometimes they have one of those live chat boxes, like on the bottom corner of the screen, there'll be some little face, happy person saying, ask your question here. Can I help you? Just put it in there. They'll give you the answer too. But I'm guessing in the teens is my hunch. I think also, Matt, the Royal Caribbean's a bit different. I have to go back to this. When I was on Explorer of the Seas, Royal Caribbean didn't have a spa access package on the Explorer of the Seas. They had a spa area that was open to whomever wanted to use it. Now, in the men's area, you went in through the doors, and that's where the steam room was, and that's where the sauna was. I think they had an age restriction thing there. Maybe it was 16 years of age, something like that. But out of those doors is where the hot tub was, and it was big enough to hold 20 people, and there were families in there, and that just bugged the hell out of me big time. And Princess Cruises, and but mainly Norwegian and Holland America, no children in the spa areas. Plus, you have to pay to get in there, and I really like that. I pay a premium to not have children running around and splashing and having a good old time, because this isn't the play zone. This isn't the water park. That's at the back of the ship, or a designated area of the ship where they have all the water slides for the kids and all that stuff. Spa is, I think, should be an adult sanctuary place only, because it's a place to relax, not to get wound up and all tensed up with screaming children. So that's just me, Matt, on that one. Gina Wells, I am from the Cayman Islands. I thought so. I thought so. But I'm in Florida. Gas in the Cayman Islands is around 441 CI. That's about $6 US a gallon. Yes, it is, dear, because you're using the imperial gallon, which is larger than a US gallon. And CI, Cayman currency, is $1.20 to the American dollar. So take 441, add 20%. Now you're at 520 something. Then add the differential to the gallon to $6 a US gallon. Yeah, it's wow. I remember I used to live in the Cayman Islands. I had a Honda Accord in the Cayman Islands. Very fuel efficient, 4-cylinder, just a 4-cylinder Accord, getting 40 miles to the gallon. And boy, did I enjoy that, because it is expensive there. Scott Batchley paid $3.65 a gallon. Yuck, California prices. Gina Wells, gas in Cocoa Beach, Florida, right now $2.60. Right on, big difference, Gina. Exactly right. And Gina, I can imagine that when you go back to the island, do you have like a shopping list of from family and friends? Can you bring me this? Can you bring me that? And they want you to bring it over when you fly back because of the price difference. It wouldn't surprise me. Tom Henry, the spa package is a good one to have. Living in the thermal suite is great. I'm with you, Tom. You and I are on the same boat there. Robert Brandt, get travel insurance, he's saying. Tom, Matt Shanahan, look into travel insurance. Good idea there. Cool Jazz, must have extra memory card for those pics. Yes, make sure you have those memory cards so that you can just keep taking photos and photos and photos if you're using the camera, for sure. Matt Shanahan, thanks for the tips, guys. Cheryl Nemo, Pittsburgh, $3.09 a gallon. A little higher in Pittsburgh for gas. Isn't that interesting? Peter Heckema, Matt, be sure to book your shows way ahead of time. Yeah, you're on the Symphony of the Seas. You're going to need to do that. When you will be able to see the shows you want to see. These shows fill up early. They let you do that 90 days before the cruise. So the water show in the back of the ship where they have the diving and all that with all the dancers and stuff. Then the Broadway show, the big theater. Look at the schedule for that. Book seats for that. And check out the comedy clubs. See if they have any comedy clubs on board. You may have to book rooms for the seats for those too. MG Toe, Peter. That's why I won't go on a mega ship. They're right there. That's why I'm not going on it. He doesn't want to reserve. And I hear you, MG. And Jordan, hey, Cool Jazz, how are you doing today? Cool Jazz, hello, and happy Friday to you. I'm doing well. It's happy Friday for her and Thursday for us. Is that what you mean? Because it's Thursday here. Laughing out loud at Bruce. Robert Brandt, let's see. Oh, yes, MG Toe, get a certified appraisal when you buy jewelry in the Caribbean. Most are legit, but there are ripoffs, and that's the problem. Mexico, oh, man, I have no idea. I do not go for that. Lisa Moore, Rav Power, File Hub is good to have on a cruise ship. Rav Power, oh, I think that I have a feeling you're talking about and performance of the Wi-Fi signal, that type of thing, and or the Rav Power is the charger, the charger unit might be portable. Suzanne Hoffman, when you drink your Coke out of your coffee mug, you are just like Dean Martin. Well, oh, thank you very much. That guy, Mr. Cool. Yeah. Did you ever notice Dean Martin? You watch a clip on YouTube about Dean Martin. I don't care if you're watching the clip where he's done a movie, or where he's done his TV show. Rarely did he do a talk show. I mean, rarely did he. I mean, it was on Johnny Carson, what, 3 times in the entire 40 years or 30 years he knew Johnny Carson. But that guy is today in 2018. He doesn't look out of place. He could walk on to Steve Colbert show right now, and he'd look just as cool today as he did then, wearing what he was wearing. It's unbelievable. That guy was so slick. But Dino, I love Dean Martin. When you mention Dean Martin, you make me think of my mom. My mom is alive, but she's getting on. She's getting up to 84 now, and her memory is just, it's kind of going on her. But she's still happy. And you ask her, how was lunch today? And she'll say, oh, it's great. I loved it. What did you have? I don't remember. But she loved it. But she used to love watching Dean Martin on television. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, the Dean Martin show. Oh, well, thank you for that. That's awful kind of you to say. I haven't got the hair. I haven't got the looks. I haven't got the money. I got the girls. But Dino, pretty cool guy. And Jordan, ready for trivia, she's saying. iPad still playing up. Arg keeps saying I'm offline on my iPod now. Unbelievable. Wendy Thompson, love the toes. There's photos on the Facebook group page. I don't know. MG Toe Robert, I don't even want to get off the ship in the Caribbean. Cool Jazz, looking forward to your company tonight. Hope that iPad works. Robert Brandt at Manchester. I don't know if there's a restriction if over 16. He's saying great. Kathleen, gas is $2.57 a gallon in Nashville today. $2.57. That's all right. MG Toe, I want to enjoy my cruise, not see poverty, be harassed. Rob. Sylvia is hi. Hello, everybody. 90 degrees and sunny. $2.69 a gallon for gas in Greensboro. Welcome back, Sylvia. Nice to have you here. Cam, yeah, I'm doing better now, thankfully. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Cam. I was curious about what you were saying when I first got here about the different ships people haven't been on. Will we be getting cruise vlogs? What I was saying probably when you joined in, Cam, was I was just mentioning how I had received a comment on a video I did last night. I dropped a video last evening around 11 o'clock Eastern time, quite late for you guys. And it's all about the Viking Star cruise ship. And I broke the video into 2 parts. The first part of the video, first half, is all about the ship and the cruise line for Viking Cruise Line. The second half is all about the Viking Star Cruise Line, its itinerary for 2018 and 2019. And I'm going to make a series of videos going forward on a number of cruise ships from a number of cruise lines, probably a couple every week, and just in this kind of vein, so that if you are ever thinking of going on a cruise with this kind of cruise line or this cruise line or this cruise line, you may find that I've done a video on the line, on a particular ship on the line, and have given out some examples of the itinerary from repositioning cruises to Caribbean scheduling to European scheduling, all that kind of thing. That's what I was mentioning, Cam, when you just happened to catch in. And Jordan, yes, me too, Cool Jazz. I can get it right for trivia. You're right for trivia. Cool Jazz, are you going out for coffee today, and Jordan? Well, we got social chat going on here. Tom Henry, seems to me Norwegian guaranteed jewelry, if bought from one of their partners, most notably Diamonds International and Transanite International. Again, Tom, maybe if you buy it on board, maybe if you buy it right at the port, but boy, I just don't play that game. I've heard so many stories of people who've purchased, something for big money, to find out when it comes time to say insure it, they go to a jeweler in their hometown where they live to get a certificate of authenticity, and that's when they're told the bad news that what you paid $5,000 for is worth $500, or what you paid $2,000 for is worth $300, or whatever the number. They're just devastated when they find out just how bad some of this stuff is. I can't tell you any jewelers out there that I can recommend to you, because it's just not my bag. But to me, if I don't live in that town, I'm not too comfortable buying something from a place that I'm not going to be back to for quite some time, most likely. This is scary. And in Mexico, you're buying from a private dealer. Good luck with your ability to get that, insured or whatever. The margins have got to be insane. I pity people who get caught in that situation. It's not good. And I've heard stories like this since the 70s. This has been going on for 40 plus years, these kinds of stories. Not every single time. Of course, there are some folks who buy something and are very happy with what they have, but there are others out there who get something and get it looked at and appraised, and they get the bad news. Scary stuff. Anyway, what can I tell you? Let's see. Richard C. Yes, Cayman Islands had all those funky little trucks and cars you can't get in the States. That's right. Cool Jazz. Are those shows free or is there a charge? I believe on the Royal Caribbean, they're all free. There's no extra charge. Tracy Dunlop, I have bought jewelry on different islands, but only through Diamonds International or a couple other reputable places that give you appraisals with purchase. There you are. Cool Jazz. Of course, Bruce, it's Friday for Ann. I didn't fill my my chatting with Bruce mug with clear liquid. Let's see. Tom Henry, the mega ships have some with fees. The smaller ships, no fee. Again, it depends on the cruise ship. Tom Henry, was it Bruce won't be staggering after the drinks, laugh out loud. That's right. Robert Brandt, MG Tow. I'm from Philadelphia and I lived in St. Thomas 35 years. It's almost all safe, and there are places I avoid, but in general, it's like a big city. There's good, bad areas. You just need to know where you're going. I totally agree with that. And Tracy, is there a Diamonds International in your country? Remember, the rules are not the same outside the USA. Cool Jazz, Henry, and by the way, and BTW, you passed the quiz for the colored box. Way to go! Right on. Cool Jazz. I love the Dean Martin roast. Don Rickles, Sammy Davis, and so on. And Jordan, speaking of gas, ours is in liters, not gallons. I put V-Power at Shell, quantity 27 liters, 27.75 liters, at 167.9, which is 43.85 Australian, which is 42 Canadian in gas. It's expensive. Well, that's kind of like our pricing. We're in the same neighborhood there. We might be a tad worse than that. MG Tow, Robert, I can see all I want from an island from the ship where everything is, for the most part, 4 or 5 stars. MG, am I gonna have to nickname you Mr. Happy, because you're never happy. You're always cranky. Tom, laugh out loud, Robert Brandt. After driving 3 months from Lancaster, Colorado to Temple for an audit in '82, nothing phases me. 29th Street and Lehigh are the site. Have not seen any place that bad since. How about that? Buy jewelry in your local area so you have recourse, MG says. See, there you go. Robert Brandt, I went to University of Pennsylvania. It was a horrible area 4 decades ago. Now, $1 million+ homes. Things change. That's true. Cam, I like that. Good idea. MG Tow, buy booze as well. Most of the booze have nice bottles, but it's fake. Rubbing alcohol with food coloring flavoring. MG doesn't like it. He's not a happy guy there. Matt Shanahan, have you ever been on Symphony of the Seas, Bruce? If so, what was your impression? If not, what are your impressions? I would love to know what the expert has to say. Symphony of the Seas haven't been on yet. No, they only just launched it. It's in the Mediterranean right now. Hasn't been to the States yet. So it's coming. You're going to be one of the first North Americans on it when it lands. Should be a lot of fun. But of course, it's similar to the Oasis class of ships that have been out already, but it's the newest version of the Oasis class of ships. the Allure of the Seas, Oasis of the Seas, Harmony of the Seas, Symphony of the Seas. So there's a lot of YouTube videos now on Symphony and on Harmony and Oasis and Allure that'll give you a pretty good handle of what you're going to be running into. It's a huge, huge vessel. Lots to see and do on there. Nina Frank, how goes the meet and greet trips planning, Bruce? It goes. I've talked to vacations2go.com in a preliminary way. We'll talk again. I'm now talking to cruise lines about media access. I'm having success with that. And I will continue to put it together, and I'll let you know the minute I plan my first trip. You guys will be aware. Believe me, you'll know. Cool Jazz, always buy with credit card and dispute it if you get ripped off. Might be some recourse there, perhaps not. Robert Brandt, jewelry is a huge seller here, but if the price seems too good, but for example, a Rolex here is 65-70% of the states when it comes with certification. Some of the pieces, some of those pieces, good deals. Some of them may not be. Robert, Tom Henry, I solved the disappointment by not getting the insurance appraisal done. I just don't get appraised. Robert is very reputable. AH is very reputable. Robert Brandt, Cardo Jewelers, Cartier, Debbie Manuel. Hi, everybody. Made it through airport in SAC. Is that Sacramento? Waiting for a flight. Going to Miss Jivy tonight. Debbie, that's okay. You've got a darn good reason. Tom Henry, miss you, Debbie. Have a great time. People were asking about you earlier, by the way. Cool Jazz. I had a jeweler that I used to deal with in St. Thomas. Would get a Christmas card and a calendar from him every year. Silo Steve is here. Hey, Silo, what's going on? Hey, y'all, 83-ish in Kent, Washington. 121 days until my second Bliss cruise. Fantastic, Silo. Silo, are you a member of my Facebook group page, Traveling with Bruce? That's the first question. Second question, if you're not, consider becoming a member. But second question is, would you consider posting some photos from the Bliss on that site? That would be great from your first cruise. But let us know. Debbie Manuel, thank you, Thomas. Tom Henry, what kind of cabin do you have? Debbie, Robert Brandt, Cruzan rum is made here in St. Croix and $6 a bottle locally. How about that? MG2, I'm very happy. I just don't like to see people get ripped off by those cruise lines. Oh, MG, you can buy real booze on the cruise ship, of course. That's a real stuff. I don't know, MG. No one talks about going on Celebrity Edge, Cool Jazz. Well, yeah, it's because it's delayed. It's not until the end of the year, so we're kind of early, but we're going to hear about it, Cool Jazz. We are going to hear about the Edge a lot. Robert Brandt, even Bacardi, $8, good price. Cam, hey, Debbie, hope you enjoy your flight. You headed to your cruise, right? Yes, she is. Robert Brandt, we have no liquor taxes in the U.S. Virgin Islands, so there's no point in fake booze. That's right. It's cheap. Why have fake booze? Got the good stuff. Seakeeper, I want to go on Symphony of the Seas. Maybe next January, depending on my cruising buddy. There you go. Debbie Manuel. Hi, Cam. Thank you. Yes, on the way to Seattle to board Bliss on Saturday. Silo, I do not do Facebook. Personal reasons. Fair enough, Silo. I hear you. It's all good. If you don't, you don't. Wendy Thompson, do let us know. We have friends who want to go cruising with us. Have to tell them to get a passport. Wendy, I will let you know as soon as I book my first cruise. As soon as I get something put together, you'll hear about it. Robert Brandt, just FYI, I'm not in the jewelry business. Robert Brandt, I was in the liquor business for 30 years down here, and he knows his stuff. Silo, you're staying in town, Debbie? Debbie, we have a large room with extended balcony, front of ship, deck 8. Fantastic. MG Toe thinks that the drinks on the cruise ships are watered down. I don't think so, MG. I don't think so. Why would they want to do that? I don't know why cruise lines would want to water a drink down. It makes no, it's not good for business. Would be bad if the rumor spread that if it were something like that were true. I don't know why they'd want to do that. But, maybe you had too many ice cubes in the drink. I just don't know. Debbie Manuel, yes, Silo. Are you still going to wave at us on Saturday? Not on the Bliss. They made every drink in front of me. They weren't watered down, baby. It was the real deal, and it was real good, I bet you. Good stuff, Silo. Okay, today's news that I wanted to just bring up. First news was Port Canaveral. Port Canaveral is looking to, they're modernizing and expanding. They're already committed to a $2.5 billion build out of the port. But they're now looking at specific terminal buildings. They wanted to upgrade a number of them. One of the terminal buildings in particular is being used right now by Disney and by Norwegian, and they're now launching an engineering study and a cost study as to how they can modernize the existing structure to make it much more of a give it more of a Disney feel when Disney uses it, and a Norwegian cruise line feel when Norwegian uses it. And they're looking at stuff like these giant screens like we see on cruise ships, where during the Disney boarding process, it'll all be Disney themed and that type of thing. But when it's Norwegian being boarded, it'll be all completely in a Norwegian look. And this requires retrofitting of probably walls and support structures, and then the electronics and the installations. They also wanted to do a major upgrade of these terminal buildings because they haven't been upgraded for almost 15 years, 20 years. So it's a multi-million-dollar deal that they're looking into. Disney right now has 4 ships in operation. They have 3 more on order, and they will be arriving between now and 2023. So I think the first one is next year or just barely the year after that. So Disney has got major expansion going on. The thinking is that in Port Canaveral, at least 1 more ship from Disney will be home porting in Port Canaveral. So they want to keep ahead of the Disney growth. They know, Port Canaveral knows, Orlando is close by. And of course, Disney and Port Canaveral work very closely together. This is a very symbiotic relationship that Disney Corporation has with the Port Authority. And the two work hand in hand to make it work. And Royal Caribbean also uses Port Canaveral for home porting as well. And the port is expecting quite a bit more business going forward. Let's see here. Silo Steve, I will try to wave at you, he says to Debbie. When are you planning on boarding? Michelle Lucas, Debbie, waving to you. We're in Sacramento. Sacramento Airport has fun shops. Get a massage. Robert Brett, the alcohol is cheap, and as a rule, they are charging you for the entire bottle on every drink. They make a ton on booze, but yes, if the ice all melts, it could seem watered down. Gina Wells, that explains all the work I see happening out there right now. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that's what you're watching. Matt Shanahan, what go you into cruising? What got you into cruising, Bruce? Is that your question, type of thing? Quick answer: I was on an ocean liner at age 7, probably at age 4 and age 7, because I went to from Canada to Germany and Germany back. My father was in NATO, in the Army, and was posted there, so the whole family went over for 3 years. And the next time I was on a cruise was 2008, when a buddy of mine, after pestering me for years, probably 3 years, he was pestering me, Bruce, you got to come on a cruise. My wife and I love cruising. You got to come with us. We're pals. We golf together. We laugh, we cry, we tell jokes. Why would I steer you wrong when I tell you, Bruce, you'd love to go on a cruise? And so finally I said, all right, I'll go on with you. He said, you'll come with my wife and I. We'll take you. We'll put you on our really nice ship, the Oosterdam, Holland, America. This is a winner. I know you're going to love it. I know you're going to love it. This is not, it's not even, I don't even have to think about it. You're going to love this cruise. And so we did a 7-day cruise out of San Diego down Mexico and back on the Oosterdam, and of course, we loved it. But we had this couple with us who showed us everything about the cruise. It was fantastic, and we did shore excursions together in Mazatlan and another one, Puerto Vallarta. We had a wonderful time, and we had dinner every night. The deal was at dinner time, 7 o'clock, I think, was dinner in the main dining room in our usual table, and we would talk to each other about what we did all day. Because during the day, he said, well, I'm not going to bug you. I'm not going to pester you. We got a sea day. I'm going to leave you alone. You just enjoy it. And you know where I am. You know my room number. You can always call me. But we'll just see you at dinner time, and we'll have a great time. Well, I tell you that he still tells me to this day, that was the best cruise I've ever been on, he says. I had never had more fun than when I was on that cruise with you two guys. We had a blast. So that's got me into cruising, but it didn't get me into YouTubing. YouTubing happened last year. That's another story for another day. Sylvia, Debbie, enjoy your cruise. MG told the bottles you buy on the cruise line are smaller per liter bottles not as big as what you get on the USA. 1 liter instead of 1.5 for the same price. Well, you know, it varies. I mean, there's international sizing and everything else. Debbie Manuel, thank you, Michelle, waving back. Robert Brandt, most are 750 milliliters. Robert Brandt says, yep. And Jordan, hey, Debbie, have an amazing time on the Bliss. Hope all goes well. Safe trip. We'll be following on Facebook. Cam, have a good time. Debbie would love to go on the Bliss one day. MG Toe, no, Robert, they are not. Debbie Manuel, thank you. Robert Brandt, they are my company. They are my company supplies them. 750, and he supplies that size. Silo, Debbie, I went down around noon and was on the ship and my cabin by 1 p.m. FYI, then it was hot. Then it was hot tub time. Nice going, Silo. Well executed plan. I totally agree with that. Well done. Debbie Manuel, hi, Ann. Thank you so very much. Cool Jazz. Anyone here have sailed on Celebrity? Has anyone sailed on Celebrity here? Robert Brandt, the 1 liters are promo bottles. Okay. Tom Henry. Nice, Debbie. I was looking for your comment on the cabin size. We are booked in the spa mini suite, and they look much more narrow than the Star Dawn Jewel cabins. Wall is right at the foot of the bed. Interesting. MG Toe, next time you cruise, go to the shop and look. The bottles are smaller and the drinks are watered down, especially the mixed drinks. He's not letting it go. Mary, about the question on Royal Caribbean packages. Don's Family Vacations has a good video on the deluxe drink package. It includes water, specialty coffee, lots of stuff. He says it is a good deal, and I agree. I bet you it is, Mary, if it covers the whole gamut. And you've got a 1 week cruise or something like that, and you know you enjoy a glass of wine or two at dinner, and you'd like to have a cocktail or two during the day, and a nice premium coffee, to start your morning off, and maybe a nice one towards the end of the evening. Yeah, I mean, you add it up, you utilize it, it's a good deal. It's just a matter if you're into alcohol or not. To make it pay off. Robert Brandt, might be better to drink in Portland. And Emmanuel, Silo, thanks, wants us to show up to terminal at 9:30. Does not sound fun at all. Cool Jazz, wondering what cruise line MG Toe's been on. Seems like he's disappointed with every line. He's not happy. He's just not happy with any of these cruise lines. Gina Wells, I was referring to Cape Canaveral. There is a lot of work taking place out there. You're right. Lots of cranes and other equipment at the port. $2.5 billion build out over several years. I know they tore down one of the terminals, one of the oldest ones. They tore it down, putting up a brand new one, and they're going to rework the others. It's just stunning, Gina. Yeah, it's going to be quite a difference, isn't it? In port, you are drinking real stuff, from my experience, MG Toe says. No, cool. I'm not just cruise properly. I have for a very long time. That's what MG says. Robert Brandt, but for 30 years, every cruise ship in St. Thomas bought booze from us. And what they do with the booze on board, I cannot guarantee, but it was all the real deal. It's the real deal. Silo Steve, you also pay city tax on alcohol in port as well. You do. You'll pay a city tax depending on where you are in certain locales. Matt Shanahan is saying that trip sounds wonderful. Tom Henry, cool MG just doesn't. He just doesn't like the big ships. I bet he would love the Jewel class at Norwegian. Robert Brandt in St. Thomas, if you drink alcohol, it's from my company too. There you go. Let's see. Fake booze in these ports. People are dying from fake booze. Not in St. Thomas, MG. Not in St. Thomas. Robert Brandt, we have the USVI only import license. Jeffrey Stroher. Hi, Bruce. Just on the MSCC side last week, right on. Found a mild smell here and there on deck 5 near aft elevators outside main dining room. Very interesting. Jeffrey, I have to tell you, I appreciate this. Thank you so much. Anything else you can tell me about the ship, please do. About a week ago, there was a viewer here who had just come off the ship as well, and they had a great time. They said that the individual said they did a 1 week cruise, Caribbean. And I told him before he went, I said, try to find that poop smell. See if you can find it. Let me know if you find any issues. And came back and said couldn't find it. Everything was fine. Everything was good. The food was fine. The entertainment was fine. Everything was fine. I'm curious, what are your thoughts on everything else? How was the whole ship experience, Jeffrey? Please let us know. Richard C. MG Toe only in Mexico at the resorts. Lots of people dying or getting sick. Yes, Rich, MG2 agrees with that. Cool Jazz, who remembers Carnival? First ship, Carnival, I think. Yeah, that's an old timer. Robert, I only speak for the U.S. Virgin Islands, other islands. No clue. Seakeeper, I sailed on Celebrity, Century, and Solstice. There's an answer to your question. Cool Jazz, I believe you asked. MG Toe, things have changed since the Titanic. Yes, Silo, that's true. It's all over the Caribbean, especially Mexico. Just drink bottled beer you can open yourself. Jeffrey, other than that, I enjoyed the cruise on the seaside. Food was hit and miss, hit and miss. They just hired a new cruise director the week before I sailed. Oh, isn't that interesting? The first cruise director lasted, 6 months, and they've got a new one. Interesting stuff. It'll be kind of neat to see, Jeffrey, how this changes things. Robert Brandt, I'm not going to argue the point. I stand behind my company, Premier Liquors, and Robert, I'm with you. I believe you. And I'm trying to remember if my wife and I bought booze. No, we didn't buy booze on your island because we were on Explorer. But we did buy booze when we got off the ship, and it could well have been from your company. It could well have been that the Explorer bought booze from you guys, and we took it offshore back to Canada. So way to go, Robert. I don't dare tell Jen that you're the exclusive liquor importer, because if we ever get to St. Thomas, she's going to want to look you up for samples. Could cost you. I don't know. Oh, my goodness. Jeffrey, he told me, this is the cruise director, he told me his goal is to bring more American flair to a European-style cruise ship. Boy, do they need it. The comments from passengers from January, February, March, April, oh my gosh. Jeff, Americans don't like raw bacon to stop people to eat it. I don't understand, MG. Jeffrey, only found the poop smell in the evenings. Interesting, sir. Very interesting. Richard C., Robert Brandt, can you give us a call? Give us all some free samples and let us verify. Richard C., Robert Brandt, come on to St. Thomas. Happy to give you some. There you go. There's an invitation. I'll give anyone samples. Thumbs up from Richard. Jeffrey, the shows were great, but the names of the shows did not match what was performed. Made it a bit confusing. Well, that's kind of weird. Why would that be? I wonder. Robert Brandt, our airports gives out samples. Laugh up. That's crazy. Wild. Well, they're trying to sell the product. Of course. Interesting stuff, Robert. Really, really cool. You must have stories, just fantastic stories of business down there. Phenomenal. Okay, here's the other piece of news I have before I shut the show down. Princess Cruises announced. I read today that it was revealed that the Royal Princess cruise ship is going to be deployed in California starting in 2019 and 2020. Princess is launching something they want to call Classic California Coast Sailings. This is where the ship will stop in places like Monterey, which is where Pebble Beach is located, San Francisco, San Diego. They want to, of course, they'll do a day stop in Ensenada because you have to stop in a foreign country if you're going to have a foreign flag ship like Princess does, of course. They want to offer more shore time for their passengers so that they can offer them longer and more interesting excursions. Now, Monterey, my hunch is that if you've got a bunch of Gulf nuts on board the ship, that you may be able to book tea times in advance of your cruise in Monterey if you're going to be on that ship. That's one hunch I have. The second hunch I have is wine country. They're going to grab busloads of tourists off those cruise ships, and they're going to bus them in for an hour or so into wine country, Sonoma area, out of Frisco or out of Monterey, wherever, and do wine tastings and try to sell them wine. And then, of course, sightseeing and everything else. I've got a couple of prices here for a couple of cruises, just to give you an idea of what we're talking about. October the 19th, you can take a 7-night cruise on the Royal Princess. This ship is 1,082 feet long. It's big. 3,560 passengers. It's one of the largest in the Princess fleet. Leaving Los Angeles, sea day, and then you're in San Francisco. Then the next day you're in Monterey. Then the next day as a sea day back south to San Diego the next day, then to Ensenada, and then back to Los Angeles. For October the 19th, an inside room, $799. It's not cheap. Balcony, though, $722. Which would you take? That $799 inside or a $722 balcony? Suite, $1,062. That's not that high a price for a suite either. But if you go the next week, October the 26th, instead of the inside room being $799, it's $749. Instead of the balcony being $722, it's $674, about $50 less. And the suite, instead of being $1,062, it's $965. Pay that extra $300 and get a suite. Not a bad deal, perhaps. On the second cruise, that's October 26th cruise, they're throwing a $50 cabin credit on top of the balcony and the suite as well. Then I took a look at a cruise on Royal Princess on November the 16th, that same year, 2019. Next, not this year, but next year. November 16th, you can take a 7-day cruise out of LA, sea day to Cabo, then to Mazatlan, then to Puerto Vallarta, then a sea day, another sea day, and then back to Los Angeles. Inside room, $699. Balcony, $625. A suite, $916. Now, the reason I'm mentioning these prices, it has gotten me thinking, why would Princess want to launch a bunch of California coastal cruises out of Los Angeles? One, no one else is doing it, so okay. But number two, because Ensenada is just south of the border, a couple hours by boat, you're in Ensenada. You can satisfy the Jones Act and have an offshore port for your cruise. The other thing that caught my eye was, wait a minute, you have one day at sea and you're in Frisco, then the next day you're in Monterey. Well, Monterey is like an hour and a half for the ship to get there. So it'll go out into the international water, of course, and then come back in the morning to port in Monterey. Very close by. Then you have a day at sea back to San Diego. Then you have a jaunt to Ensenada and a jaunt back to Los Angeles. This is a cruise that won't use as much fuel. If you're going to do a 1-week cruise to Mexico, like I was just saying here, from California, LA to Cabo, you've got 1 or 2 days at sea, depending on what speed you want to go, all the way down to Puerto Vallarta. So, you end up in Puerto Vallarta and then 2 days back. It's a 1 day down to Cabo. That's more fuel. That's a much longer cruise, much longer. Where this California coast isn't as long. You're in Southern California for the whole thing. So the cruise line is trying to bring in, on the balcony side here, $700, $600, $700 for the week, but they're not taking you thousands of miles. They're saving a ton of money on fuel. And that kind of, that's interesting. With fuel at 73 a barrel, why not reposition these cruises going forward where there isn't competition? Because there aren't 10 cruise lines doing the same thing. It's not like Caribbean here. So you got it all to yourself. You can make a pile of money on your shore excursions if you plot them right. You save a pile of money because you're not spending as much on fuel for these California runs. And you're appealing to the American market. And, of course, foreigners. If Europeans are flying into Los Angeles, they can go to LAX, get on this cruise ship, and enjoy California from a cruise ship for a week. Great experience, but there's nowhere else to do it. No one else is doing this cruise. I thought that was quite interesting that they're doing that. I was also pleased to see the pricing for this Mexico cruise that I see here, because this past year there were no deals out of Long Beach. There were no deals out of Los Angeles or any out of San Diego to Mexico. In past years, you always would have been able to catch a pretty good deal on a Princess cruise for a 1-week cruise. Not this past year. There were no deals. I looked at the pricing all year long for vacationsgo.com down to Mexico. Too much money, way too much money, way like hundreds of dollars higher than in the past, basically is what I'm saying. But here, balcony for $625, a November cruise. Now, of course, that's the 16th of November, which is just before Thanksgiving. No kids, no school, right? So there's no children on that cruise. It'll be, quieter, which is fine by me too. But the price is right. It'll be interesting to see, though, as the year goes on into March of that next year, 2020, what will the pricing be? Panorama's coming. And that means more capacity for Carnival, of course, because they're replacing the ship they have now with the Panorama, large 4,000 passenger ship. So more berths being brought to the West Coast, but still no Royal Caribbean, no Cunard, no Celebrity to Mexico, none of that. So it's less competition. There used to be a time there was serious competition for the Mexican market, and the cruise lines had to offer discounts, bargain basement. They learned their lesson. They figured out, why are we doing that? Carnival has 10 cruise lines. Why would we fight each other for this traffic? We're not doing that. Once Carnival bought the competition that they had, and Royal Caribbean got out, they just said, the hell with that. We're not even bothering to go out of Los Angeles. We lose money. We have to go against Princess and against Carnival in Long Beach and against Holland America out of San Diego. No thanks. We don't want to bother. We'll keep our ships in either Miami, sorry, for Honolulu, or we'll do our Alaskan cruises, and then we'll go right through the Panama Canal to the Caribbean, and we'll work our ships there. I found that interesting. Okay, let's see what's going on here with any more comments as I quickly catch up with everybody and say my goodbyes in a bit. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, the shows are great, didn't match. All right. MG told the Rolling Stones are set to perform, and you get the Falling Rocks. Okay. Silo Steve, oh crap, now it's time to install a new kitchen faucet. Normally easy, but I have an old house, always something to throw a monkey in the works. So no, Silo. Hang in there, buddy. Robert's laughing. Mary Ellen, gas in Somerville, South Carolina, $2.31 a gallon. You are getting some nice prices there, Mary Ellen. Very good pricing. Richard C. Royal is a great ship. Was on that. It was super. My favorite so far. Fantastic. Jeffrey, I believe they are getting closer on making the seaside good for the mass amount of Americans. It seems like they are listening and changing. They got to, because Jeffrey, the prices for those balconies, even right to September this year, you can get a balcony for the 600s, and that includes a drink package. I mean, that's like getting a balcony for $425 a week on a brand new $1 billion ship. That's unbelievable. Lynette Holloway is here saying hello. Hi, Lynette. How are you? Welcome to the channel today. Matt Shanahan, do you wish they would bring back driving ranges on cruises? Not really. They do have, some of them had simulators. But I got to tell you, Matt, golf is out. The baby boomers were into golf 20 years ago. Big time. Every cruise ship had a driving net. They had golf simulators, all that stuff. In the last 5 years, virtually all of them have taken them out because boomers are aging out. 20 years ago, I was 42. So the boomers were 42 to 62. Now they're 62, me, to 82. They're not golfing at 82. They can't walk anymore. Same with tennis. Tennis is really getting hit because the boomers are aging out of the game. MG Toe, best short time is to have 3 days of 3 days pre-sailing on board the ship, which competes with the overpriced hotels, gives you plenty of time to get to your ship. The best short time, 3 days pre-sailing on a ship. Well, if you get to you get to Los Angeles early, a ton of hotels to choose from to enjoy LA. Rent a car, cheap. Get to Miami 3 days early, lots of hotels. Rent a car in Florida, cheap. Enjoy. Jeffrey Store. Oh yeah, the biggest problem with the food is the buffet food is the same quality as the main dining room. All good, but main dining room should be better than the buffet. Good point there, Jeffrey. That's surprising. Let's see. Steve Bartley. I wonder what my sister in Monterey thinks of this. Yeah. 3,000 passengers coming, 4,000 passengers, maybe once a week. Salo Steve, I remember skeet shooting off the stern of the old Americanus in the 80s, old Greek Chandras line. Yeah, they don't do that anymore. Steamy Bean, California would be cool. Debbie Manuel, Steve, guessing your sister would not be thrilled. Matt Shanahan, Salo, my dad told me about that last weekend when I told him I would be going on a cruise. Interesting. Steamy Bean, I could live in California. He's saying, Richard C. Hey, Steaming, welcome. MG Toe, I'm very surprised that the cruise lines don't do California since everyone wants to see the Golden State. The USA is far more safe than Mexico. I think the problem, MG, is those shore excursions. They're more expensive. You have to use licensed bonded, full-blown carriers, bus operators, all that stuff. The port charges much higher. It's just more difficult and more expensive to operate a cruise ship excursions and sailings, I bet, in the U.S. It's just my hunch. And then you've got the state taxes, and California just isn't cheap, and so maybe that's why these cruise lines are few and far between. Richard C. See you all tonight. Fantastic. MG Tow. Some of the cruise lines, like Seabourn, visit the Channel Island National Park, which Carnival, Princess, etc. do not. Yes, could be because of their size, because there might be restrictions as to how many people can get off a ship in those areas. They may not allow, the park areas won't allow that many passengers. It's possible. Steamer saying summer started for me at noon. Right on, buddy. Debbie Manuel, have a great trivia night, everybody. May get a chance to check in later. Stay safe, everybody. Toodles. See you, Debbie. Have a great cruise. I'm looking forward to your reports from the ship, if you can get us to any, and keep us posted on how it's going. Fantastic. And Jordan, good. Yours. I'm on my iPad today. Can't contribute as much. Arg, she's having trouble. Steamy Bean, I am hoping to catch some trivia from about Ottawa's playing Calgary this evening. CFL football is on tonight. And Jordan, stay safe, Debbie. We will be thinking of you at trivia. Be safe. Have an amazing time on the Bliss steamer. They had skeet shooting on the ships. That's right. Cool Jazz, no more skeet shooting. Silo, don't want to swing a club and throw your back out on a trip. That's right. And Jordan, who are you going for being in the it's not the hockey game, darling. It's a football game, and he's cheering for Ottawa. He's an Ottawa fan. Steamy Bean, I pretended that I enjoyed golfing. Gave up on the 10th hole at a golf course in Prince Edward Island. Steaming is saying, give Bruce your thumbs ups, he's saying. Thank you, Steamer. And Jordan, never saw there was skeet shooting on the ship. Never knew. I never knew. That was many years ago. It's been outlawed. Polluting the oceans, can't do that. Cool Jazz, no more. And Suzanne Hoffman received a note from Princess on 2019 West Coast 7-day cruise. Departing from San Diego, there was a change in port. The usual Long Beach port, now LA, interior room was about $619. Interesting, Suzanne. See me being Ottawa all the way. Yeah, these prices, Suzanne, depending on where you shop and who you're getting them from, I think between now and 19, they're going to change a bit, quite a bit. Right now, we're looking at probably early introductory numbers. What you're seeing there, what I saw on vacations2go.com, it'll all change. And Jordan, go Ottawa. MG Tow, SOS, save the SS United States. There you go. Steamy Bean saying thanks. And anyway, there you have it. How are we doing on the thumbs ups today? Anyway, how do we do? 37 watching, 22 thumbs ups. So a little light today. If we can get any of you to give us thumbs ups, I would appreciate it. That helps with the momentum of the show. Thanks again for all of you guys visiting my Amazon page down below, getting to the link, linking in there and taking a look. If you buy anything on Amazon, after you link into the page, I get a royalty, and I thank everybody for helping me out on that. That helps the channel stay on the air. Also, I wanted to say thank you to, who did that today? Wesley. Wes from Texas sent me a donation today on PayPal. Thank you, Wes, very much for the donation. I do appreciate it. Fantastic. Let's see here. Otherwise, I wanted to say all you guys, thanks for picking up this merchandise here. If anybody wants anything today, it's 20% off on Redbubble. Anything on Redbubble today, mugs, T-shirts, travel mugs, you name it. The new logo I posted last night, go to the Redbubble store, check out the new logo. Let me know what you think. You pick something up there, you'll get it at 20% off today. Take advantage of that. And again, thank you for all of your support and encouragement on everything else. There you go, 2,300 subscribers. We broke the barrier today. Yay! I'm happy about that, and I'm looking forward to growing even more. Let's see here. Steam and Bean saying thanks. Cool Jazz. You're showing hockey sticks. We play football. Matt Shanahan, Hampton, all the way. Johnny Football, baby. Let's see. Tom Henry, yay, Bean. Tom Henry. I posted a pic on Facebook just for you. Matt Shanahan, great show today. Steamy Bean, saying Tom. Horse. Oh, here we go. Let's see here. Hey, man, can you play some Travis Scott music and I'll subscribe. Yeah, right. Steamy Bean Hamilton, right on. I'm on at 8 o'clock tonight for trivia tonight. That's in the next 2 hours or 1 hour and 40 minutes from now. I'll be on again. So join me for trivia tonight, you guys. I'll look forward to having fun with you there. Thanks in the meantime for joining me on today's show. Appreciate it very much. And have yourselves a fine evening. Otherwise, if you don't join me tonight, I'll be on tomorrow at 5 o'clock. There you go. That's our show for the day. 28 thumbs ups. They just came in. Thank you, guys. Just popped in 6 more there. Appreciate all those thumbs ups as you're heading out the door. Have a great afternoon and evening, depending on where you live here in the U.S. and Canada. Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate it very much. I'll catch you guys tomorrow at 5, and I'll catch you later tonight on Facebook trivia. All right, this is Bruce with Shopping with Bruce saying take care, everybody. We'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.